Hi yoga friends, I'm Sarah Mapes. Welcome to my YouTube channel. The heart of today's practice is about finding our own grace. Grace is an act of kindness, courtesy, or respect. When we are full of grace, we bring peace and light to ourselves and those around us. Our practice today will be active, but we're going to start in a restorative frog. So if you have a blanket or a bolster or maybe some bed pillows, grab them and let's get started. All right, I have a blankie out underneath my knees and I have a bolster in front of me. A couple of bed pillows stacked would also work wonderfully here. Start to come forward, taking your knees out in a line from your hips. If you want this to be less intense, bring your feet in. More intense, take your feet out to the sides and then start to come forward into frog. So some of you may be asking, why frog? A frog is a wonderful place for us to find our sense of ease, to start working into our own grace. It's also a lovely place to center ourselves, to begin our practice. Grant me the grace to dissolve my negative thoughts about myself today. Grant me the grace to dissolve my negative thoughts about myself today. One more time. Grant me the grace to dissolve my negative thoughts about myself today. And now, as gracefully as you can, start to lift yourself up out of our frog. We're going to do a little bit of work on our knees. So I'm going to leave my blankie underneath me for a few more minutes, but I scooched my bolster out of the way. So coming into a tabletop position, hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Maybe start to sway from side to side, feeling into your body. And then take your right leg back behind you. Toes are tucked under and press firmly down through your heel, starting to warm up your legs. And bring it back. Take your left leg out behind you, pressing firmly through your heel. And bring it back. Take your right leg straight out behind you. Try not to let your belly dump down in. Keep everything nice and firm, solid, feeling graceful. Take your left arm out in front of you. See if you can hold this posture. Even inhales and exhales. And come down. Left leg comes straight out behind you. Again, remembering not to let your ribs drop down. And take your right arm out in front of you. Strong, firm. Find a sense of ease. And then bring your hand and your knee down to the mat. Tuck under your back toes and lift yourself up into a downward facing dog. Our first downward facing dog of the practice. Give yourself whatever movement your body is telling you it needs in this moment. Press firmly into the mat with your palms. Index fingers are out in front of you. Your other fingers are spread wide. And draw your torso back towards your thighs. And breathe. Step your right foot forward between both hands and drop your knee down to the mat, lifting yourself up. So oftentimes we come forward, and this is a wonderful stretch. It's just not what we're going for today. Come to find this nice square position, like you're one of the knights of the round table. Take your left arm up towards the sky, working on giving our psoas a nice stretch. And bring both hands down to the mat and step back to a downward facing dog. Left foot comes forward between both hands. Knee comes down to the mat. Coming again to find our about to be knighted posture. And take your right arm up towards the sky, giving our psoas a nice stretch. Bring both hands down to the mat and step yourself back to a downward facing dog. I am going to scooch my blankie out of the way. Okay, coming back to our downward facing dog. Roll forward to a high plank. And shift yourself over onto your left side, lifting up into Shavasana, our side plank. If you're feeling adventurous, maybe you take your leg off the mat. If you're wanting less intensity, you could bring a knee down to the mat. Find your Shavasana. Come back to center. Shift over into the right side, lifting your arm up to the sky, remembering that you can make it more or less intense, whatever you need from your practice today. And come back to center. And lift yourself back to a downward facing dog. And breathe. Even inhales and exhales. Slowly start to walk yourself forward towards the front of your mat. Coming into Uttanasana, our forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. I breathe the grace of kindness into my heart. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, place your hands, step your feet back to a high plank and lower down through chaturanga or all the way onto your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, and breathe. Even inhales and exhales here. Look forward towards your hands. Step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, place your hands. Step your feet back to a high plank. Lower down through chaturanga or all the way onto your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, and breathe. Even inhales and exhales. Look forward towards your hands. Step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful. Step your feet out wide, coming into star position. Take your arms out to the sides. Lift your chest towards the sky, letting the light in. Beautiful. Take your right foot out towards the side. Arms are reaching out as far as you can towards the right, bringing your hand down to your shin or your ankle or your foot. Left arm comes up towards the sky in Uttanasana, our side triangle pose. And breathe. Bend your right knee, lifting your arms, coming up to find warrior two. Knee is stacked over your ankle, heel is lining up with the middle of your back foot. Arms come out long and your gaze is coming out over your right fingertips. Straighten your leg, lift your arms up towards the sky. And as you come back to warrior two, take your gaze out over your left fingertips. Straighten your arms and leg. Come to find warrior two, gaze goes over your right fingertips. Straighten your arms. Gaze comes out over your left. Straighten up. Gaze goes out over your right. Beautiful. Bring your right hand down to the mat, lifting yourself up into half moon. Seeing if you can find a sense of ease, even though we're definitely balancing here. Bring both hands down to the mat and lift your left leg up towards the sky in a standing split. Bring your feet together at the front of your mat. Bend both knees, lifting your arms, coming to find our upward chair pose. Don't forget to breathe. Rise all the way up onto your toes, coming into candle flame. Hands come down to heart center and lower down. Lift your left foot up into tree pose and breathe. Could be a low tree, could be a high tree. The only place we don't want the tree is right at the knee, putting pressure on our standing leg's knee. Bring your foot down, step your feet out nice and wide, taking your arms out to the sides in our star pose. Palms are facing up towards the sky. Lift your chest, letting the light in. Turn your left toes out and reach out as far as you can towards the left, coming into our side triangle pose. Arm comes up towards the sky. Gaze goes up towards your right fingertips. And breathe. Bend your left knee, coming to find warrior two. Straighten your arms and your legs, bringing your arms up towards the sky. And as you come back to find warrior two, take your gaze out over towards the right. Straightening up, gaze goes to the left. Straighten up, gaze goes to the right. Straightening up, gaze goes over towards the left. Bring your hand down to your mat, lifting up into half moon. Seeing if you can find a sense of ease. Bring both hands down to the mat. Lift your right leg up towards the sky in a standing split. Both feet come together. Bend your knees, lifting your arms, finding upward chair. Rising up onto your toes, bring your hands down to heart center and candle flame. And lower down. Lift your right foot up into tree pose. Again, that could be down low, that could be up high. You could even use the wall. And bring your hands to heart center or lift them up towards the sky. And breathe. Bring your foot down and step your feet out wide. Arms come out to the sides. Palms are facing towards the sky. Shine your chest, letting the light come in. Turn your right toes out, reaching out as far as you can towards the right, coming into our side triangle pose. Bend your knee, lifting up, coming to find a warrior two. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, looking out. Inhale up, look right. Inhale up, look left. Inhale up, look right. Bring your hand down, come to find half moon. Hand comes down, lifting up into our standing split. Maybe this time you walk both hands over towards the right side, coming into this crescent shape. Now we're feeling a nice stretch in our side body as well. Bringing your hands back to center, foot comes down, feet are together, bend your knees, lifting yourself up into upward chair pose. Rising all the way up onto your toes, bringing your hands together at heart center and lowering down. Bring your left foot up into a tree pose. Hand comes down to the side. Right arm reaches up and over, coming to find a crescent shape for our tree today. And breathe. Step your feet out wide. Take your arms out to the sides. Palms are facing towards the sky. Shine your chest up, letting the light in. Turning your left toes out, reaching out as far as you can towards the left. Hand comes down to your leg or your ankle or your foot. Right arm comes up towards the sky. Bend your knee, finding warrior two. Straighten your arms, bend your knee, coming to find warrior two. Gaze goes right. Straighten your arms, gaze goes left. Straighten your arms, gaze goes right. Straighten your arms, gaze goes left. Bring your hand down to the mat, lifting up into half moon. Bring both hands down to the mat, lifting your right leg up towards the sky in our standing split. Maybe, just maybe, walking both hands over towards the left. Feeling into this crescent shape, a stretch in our side body. Bring your hands back to center. Both feet come down together. Bend your knees, lifting up into upward chair. Rise up onto your toes, bringing your hands together at heart center and lower down. Step your right foot into tree pose. Might be low, might be high. See if you can bring your right hand down to your knee. Left arm comes up and over, coming to find our crescent tree. And come back up and bring your feet down to the mat. Step your feet out as wide as the mat. Hands are at heart center. And slowly lower down to Malasana. our Yogi Squat. Come to sit down on your bottom, bringing your legs out long in front of you. Roll your shoulders back once, lengthening through your spine, all the way up through the crown of your head. And now come to find Gomukhasana legs. So bring your left leg underneath, right leg stacks on top. And if this is uncomfortable, you could always straighten out the leg that's underneath. So I've got feet on both sides of my bum and my knees are stacked. Take your arm up and over, reaching over towards the side, feeling into this lovely crescent shape. And then coming back to center, slowly start to walk your hands forward, coming into a forward fold. Coming back up, let's switch our legs. Right leg comes underneath, left knee stacks on top. Always keeping in mind that this leg could come and straighten out in front. So with our legs stacked, feet gracefully on each side of your bum, reach your arm up and over, feeling into this nice side stretch. Coming back to center, start to slowly walk your hands forward. Coming back up to a seated position, lay down on your back. Feet are on the mat, knees are bent. Start to lift your hips up towards the sky. Right arm comes up and over. Arm comes down with your hips. Left arm comes up and over. And lowers down with your hips. Right arm and hips. And lower down. Left arm and hips. And lower down. One more time. Right arm and hips. And lower down. Left arm and hips. And lower down. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rocking back and forth from side to side. And then straighten your left leg out on the mat. Take hold of your right big toe, or you could use a strap, or you could even hold on to the back of your leg. You could use an old necktie if you don't have a strap at home, and straighten your leg up towards the sky. And breathe. And take your leg out to the side. Leg comes back to center. Bend your knee, taking your leg across your body in a supine twist. Right arm comes out to the side, and your gaze is going towards the right, opposite the direction that your knee is going. Coming back to center, hug both knees into your chest. Straighten your right leg out on the mat. Take the first two fingers of your left hand and wrap them around your left big toe, straightening your leg up towards the sky. And then take your leg out to the side. Bringing your leg back to center, bend your knee and take your leg across your body over to the right. The left arm goes out to the side and your gaze goes over towards the left. Coming back to center, hug both knees into your chest, rocking back and forth across your spine, and straighten your legs out on the mat. Arms come out to the sides, palms are facing up towards the ceiling for Shavasana. Close your eyes, let your face soften and relax. Let everything in your body relax and feel heavy and sink down towards the earth. Grace is the power of transformation. Takes a moment and turns it into something better. Start to bring feeling back into your fingers and your toes. Slowly roll over onto one side and gracefully make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands together at heart center. I hope that you find your own grace and that you're able to light the world around you. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. If you like this practice, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again on the mat soon. Thanks.